Welcome back, all of you wonderful people, as we get ourselves into game number 2 of this best of 3, the final one of the day, as we've had 2-0s all day along the course, haven't we?
Yes.
It's been pretty quick.
I said that this could go to game number 3, but after the performance in the recent match, I'm not sure, though. They're going to need to pull off something really big, something strong.
Something monumental.
Yes.
Let's see what they have up their sleeves. LFY against Newbee. Newbee immediately Death Prophet pick as we swing ourselves into the game. Naga, Io, Nyx banned out by LFY, while Newbee have removed the DK, Omni, and Night Stalker. 3 very tanky, annoying heroes. And picking up the DP straight off the bat. Well, here we go. LFY, what's your plan? Clockwork +1. Ancient Apparition. Bane Elemental. What are the ideas behind LFY in their draft? Yao in the captain seat, deciding what's going on. Leshrac, maybe? There we go. They get the Leshrac.
Did you see it, Gary? Was it immediately after you saw it, or was it a guess?
Guess.
Guess. All right, that's a good guess then. It's kind of a steal pick from them. We saw what they can do with the Leshrac.
Yeah, I mean, it ruined them in game number 1. It ruined them.
Leshrac reported ruined the game for them.
Yeah. I mean, that was some full-on grief. Oh, I don't know if LFY can recover. You've just got to reset mentally, think new game, new draft. It is now our chance to win this series. 2 wins, and we're looking pretty solid. Sand though, follow through from Newbee. Now, we know that Kaka can play it, and we know that KP can bloody well play it, so got some options there.
Also, Sand is really good against a hero like a Clockwork. You don't want to hook shot into a Clockwork. He can just stun in, or he naturally builds into 4 staff as well. So I'm expecting a position 5 hero if they want to run. That depends. Like Sand can be played as an offlaner, can be played as 4. We'll see what they decide to go for. I'm surprised that I don't see Chinese teams picking neither Axe or Skyrat Mage.
Yeah. Maybe just not being realized over in that region.
Yeah, there are a couple of heroes that are not popular in other regions, which was way more often in, let's say, 6 months, a year ago. Now, seems like every region picks the hero.
Like Io, right?
Yes, even the Chinese team started to play Io. Then you know something is wrong with the hero.
Oh, that hero is pretty good. Let's start picking it ourselves. So I was wondering here, you know, Newbee love the Sand King, they love the Disruptor. Do LFY spend a ban, or, you know, like, I guess you could think of it as wasting a ban on a Disruptor? Or do you just consider the core heroes that are going to mess around with you, like these pushing heroes, the Lycan, I guess DK's already banned. Gyrocopter might be another good one. Newbee look towards.
I don't think it's a waste of ban, especially when there's a Clockwork on their side. You can just easily send him back after he hook shots. And it's a comfort pick for Newbee.
Yeah, absolutely.
LFY's turn to
Shadow Fiend removed.
They don't want to have Shadow Fiend and Clockwork against them.
Especially against the DP.
Yes, Shadow Fiend is also one of the better heroes against the DP, not influenced by the Spirit Siphon. If you hit 3 raises, she's going to die.
Go on, ban the Disruptor. You need to. It's not about wanting, it's about needing.
10 seconds remaining.
Faith has shown his Disruptor is a spooky
5
hero.
seconds remaining.
I mean, Newbee is a known team for slaying the other Chinese teams. They're not losing to other Chinese teams, and they're keeping the meme alive.
Like, was it 29 win streak around Epicenter a couple of years ago? They had that long win streak. And I think 80% of it was, you know, like DPL and MDL qualify. You know, a lot of these Chinese matchups that they absolutely slaughtered. LFY digging into their reserve time for this ban. Having a few struggles in this game, drafting-wise. I wonder if the nerves are starting to get to them.
If they lose this game, they're out of this tournament.
Oh, Dunzo.
It's not a big deal for them since they changed the roster and they can't qualify for the direct invite. They're going to have to go through the open qualifiers, but still a lot at stake for them. They want to prove that they're good.
It's always good practice as well. You know, if you take down Newbee, you start thinking about your chances in the open qualifier. Obviously, they should do reasonably well there, but the Chinese closed qualifier, that's going to be freaking stacked, honestly. You know, just thinking of Keen Gaming. Like, that name alone strikes fear into the hearts of any Chinese fan.
Mark my words, Gary. There's going to be 1 or 2 more teams that are going to make upsets in Chinese closed qualifiers.
Like Team Max or
Whatever.
eHome X.
Chinese scene is extremely skilled.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Super try-hard as well.
Yeah, and you don't know what's happening there in those lower
5
layers.
seconds remaining.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you don't know, who's scrimming who and who's learning
Yes.
from what, and all of these academy teams. It's probably one of the strongest things about the Chinese region that Europe and the West needs to kind of catch up on. We always used to make fun of the Chinese scene for only having 20 players that would shuffle around on each other, and they realized very quickly, hang on, we need some new players. Europe has FPL, NA has the IXDL or whatever it was back then, where they found Sumail.
NA has IX Mike.
IX Mike, yeah, that's the one. He made it. He made that in
Yes.
his league, yeah. And then China was like, let's get some fresh blood in here, make it all look nice. And then they started taking Southeast Asian players, which everyone's doing now. That's the normal move. Grab Arfu, bring him over, build this team up around him.
10 seconds.
Clockwork,
remaining.
Lesh, Warlock. Lots of damage. Lots of damage. They're not going to struggle to kill people this game.
Combine Lashrak's damage with the Warlock. Fatal Bonds, that's going to be insane amount of the damage. Or just Clockwork goes into one hero, the full battery assault. And there's the Disruptor that you mentioned. Pretty comfort pick for Newbee, no surprise there. Also good against the Clockwork, and send him back. And he can set up a lot of kills as well.
Where to for them now?
10 seconds remaining.
Show a couple more of their hands. The Gyro. Doubling down on that big old team fight potential. Lots of magic damage from LFY. I do have a bit of tower shove with Lashrak, Edict, Warlock, Golem, of course, if they are able to come out of these team fights with an advantage.
Team Rocket so far. Clockwork, Gyro. They need a cat.
10 seconds remaining.
Morana last pick. Get them out.
5
Oh my
seconds
God.
remaining.
What race is Warlock?
What race?
Because right, so the dwarves. I'm doing the finger inverted commas. The dwarves in Dota are called the Keen, right? You've got like Tinker and Clockwork. They're the little people. The Keen, right?
I don't think Warlock is a little guy.
So I know Gyro and Clockwork are, but I have a feeling that Warlock is like half Keen or is related somehow. Hang on, Warlock Dota 2. Where's Slacks? We need Slacks here just to phone in and say, no, you guys are idiots. He's a half troll ogre thingy.
5 seconds remaining.
He's an ogre vampire mage.
Vampire,
Race.
I like
Yes,
that one.
exactly. What does it say, Gary?
Newbees
I don't know.
turn to ban.
I'm going to click on lore and see what happens. Blah, blah, blah. I can't be bothered to read. I'm wrong. He's not a Keen. I can't find it. Control left and there's nothing there. He's just a man who does some things.
What is his name? Demonic?
Demnock Lanik.
That's Dominic. That's my name. My
Oh, there we go. He's an Oglody and he's a demon. Race
10
of
seconds
humanoids.
remaining.
Disruptor and Warlock are the same. Oh, Axe, Disruptor, Lifestealer, and Warlock are all related. Oh, well, related, but they're the same race.
I was too busy playing, Gary, to learn those things. I just enjoy playing way too much.
Yeah. Sometimes I like reading, though. Reading's fun.
Let's get back into the
10
picks.
seconds
Underlord banned out and Lina. And we have a Luna
5 seconds.
for Newbee. That's their second tower damage, and they can go aggressive tri-lane with these three if they feel like it. So this means that... what does this mean? That Lashrak is playing core mid, or that Clockwork is an offlane? Still yet to see what they're gonna last pick.
Not sure how I like Warlock Lashrak support duo.
It's fine. You can go for those two greedy, reliable stun supports if you have something else that offlane provides, which is Clockwork. Plus, you can also go for... Is Dragonite... Okay, Dragonite is banned out by Newbee.
Yeah. some kind of guaranteed stun from your mid laner. I like the Lina ban. That really does line up very nicely against the DP. Against the Luna, that wave clear would help out, but just the burst damage that would have brought to the table. And Newbee's last pick, though. Try and round things out. Sand King still up in the air where he's heading, but it's going to be an off laner or a pos 4 here for Newbee. They've got a fair few options to get themselves into action. I think LFY is much more important. You know, Newbee, they've got a very structured, a very annoying lineup that can push real hard. They've got great team fight. LFY, do you feel like they've got the responses to this?
They could place maybe a Monkey King against the Abaddon. I just love the matchup, and it doesn't sound too bad. A lot of team fight potential with it. Abaddon's gonna cause a lot of problems.
5 seconds remaining.
Removing the fatal bonds, gyro stun, can keep people alive. In the cogs as well.
I'm afraid they feel the need to go for an OD here, and they just get run over. Like, I can see them picking OD and thinking, hey, we Astral the Abaddon ulti, we kill DP with the pure damage, we save people from the Sand King initiation. But it feels a little bit slow, and that's going to be the worry here for LFY, is they need someone who can keep tempo. And with everyone else, that's an interesting one. Medusa, so some more AoE kind of physical damage team fight there, some good disengage, I guess, from Stone Gaze. But looking at Newbee's lineup, they just push so fast. Curse of Avernus, Luna, DP with the Exorcism, everything just screams that we're going to run at you from laning stage till the end of the game.
Yeah, I gotta say, I prefer Newbee's lineup. We saw one of the Medusas today in EG's game. Yeah, it doesn't feel that she's that strong. I mean, they have a great base defense. You have Leshrac, Clockwork, Warlock, Gyro, Medusa. If they're gonna turtle in base, you're not gonna enter. But if you're stuck in your base, you're gonna get out-farmed. We'll have to see. Again, this game could end in 20, 25 minutes or just last for more than 60.
Do you then favor LFY if it goes that super late game with a Medusa with a Gyro?
Nah, not exactly. Because look at how good heroes on the Newbee side are. Luna.
Abaddon.
Abaddon. If he gets his level 25 with, let's say, a Radiance, Octarine Core, all that stuff.
Aghanim Scepter. That could be some tasty stuff.
This is a really good Blade Mail game. A lot of uncontrollable damage on the side of LFY. Lesh, Medusa, Gyro, and Clockwork.
It sure is. Smoke into smoke. Oh, yow. Kaka was getting close there. Looks like Afu and Super are both able to get themselves out of harm's reach. And KP, no Obs Ward on him. It looks like 2 Obs Wards spent in the mid lane. 1 Radiant one up into that camp to block it up from any kind of pulls. And Kaka still holding onto his Obs Ward. Hides in a little hidey hole. Watching for any kind of contest here onto the Bounty Rune. Interesting setup here. LFY, they've got Clockwork over here for Inflame. Yao again on this Warlock as Super actually coming away from that mid lane, not going to be blocking his wave, and it doesn't look like Afu's going to be doing it either. Trying to fight around the Bounty Rune, but again, Newbee are just ready for them. They've read the situation and they've guarded their rune. Down towards bottom lane, it's going to be KP Abaddon. Who clicks faster? KP does indeed. And it looks like with the Leshrac moving in from Afu, they'll secure themselves at least the 2 for 2.
So we have Warlock on the top lane with the Clockwork. Warlock can't do anything against the Abaddon. If he uses the Shadow Word, he's just going to remove it with the Aphotic Shield. So they decided to put the Lash, who's going to harass Abaddon way better. But the top lane, I'm not sure this is strong. You have Clockwork and Warlock against the tri-lane with Luna. So there's going to be a lot of right-click damage. Look at Disruptor, almost 70 damage. Once he uses the Thunderstrike.
That's a million damage there, Lacoste. Already with the Burst Strike in. Shadow Word expended, but where's Inflame running? He's up and down, he's right and left. He's caught Faith in the cogs here, but they'll farm them up and grab some gold. Turn back in. Shadow Word Does keep the Clockwork alive, but again, it's farm secured for Mugi. The wave, is it going to be pushing in towards the Radiant side, though? That's the big question. Denial on this range creep, pretty important to reset this one, or a kill on the Clockwork even, as the Burrow Strike into the cogs from Kaka. Looks like it might just secure this one. Another little love tap from Luna will secure first blood. Newbee off to another great start. KP dies down bottom lane though. Monet with that homing missile into Arfu's Split Earth. Looks like it was enough to take the Abaddon down.
So we're just gonna watch the top lane.
Pretty much. And trade back onto Kaka. And stick charges. Oh, has he got a tango? He's got tango going.
One more.
He can tango again. I think he's gonna live through this, you know. Beautiful stuff. Salves up and he's ready and raring to go yet again. He's 18 mana short of the Burrow Strike. But he'll get there in time if the wave, as it will, push forward. Just a touch, just a little. And now, Clockwork opened up. He's got Cogs and triple Mango. So with the Shadow Word going, his HP regen is through the roof. And the Cogs pushback means that Kaka now has no mana for stun. Very unfortunate for the Sand King.
They're gonna go on KP. Hasted Lesh. Not enough damage though. Gyro's way too far.
That's super annoying though. Orb of Venom lands the stun. Split Earth expended. And KP try and leech some experience.
I love the build on Abaddon. Photic Shield into Mist Coil. If they use everything and you're near the creep wave, they're gonna push the wave. And if you get the deny, then it's really valuable for you.
Absolutely. How's the mid lane going then? DP up against the Dusa. DP's coming out on top. 10 and 3. Dusa not too far behind. Pretty even, in fact, between these two kind of farm traders. Don't really expect any kills to happen. If it does, definitely blame me for missing it. Yao blocking up the camp. There's sentry wards everywhere, but it's the kill up on top that matters most. Kaka has held his Burrow Strike for the longest time. And Yao, he made the long movement in to block that pull camp, not expecting the aggressive maneuver to come in immediately from the rest of Newbee.
Do they have a creep pool? Oh, they do actually. So they can pull if they want to. Just get the lane back. This lane from LFY is really not strong. Warlock doesn't provide you anything. He's just gonna heal the Clockwork.
Yeah, like Luna's free farming and they're getting kills. And the fact that KP is getting experience down a bottom lane. I mean, Inflame might just die yet again. Up top, he does indeed. Yao can't do anything to save him. Still level 2. Can't turn around and fight. Super dropping very low in mid lane as well. Forced to salve and pop that mana shield on. Arfu facing off against KP down in the bottom rune spot. Looks like it's an illusion rune top though. KP will be forced to retreat back. KP's being zoned out reasonably well here in this 2v1 lane, but I don't think it makes up for the fact that the 2v3 lane top is struggling and losing outright, while the DP is still farming nicely middle lane. Because once she hits, you know, level 6, level 7, they make one rotation in on mid. Medusa is a reasonably easy hero to kill. Low mana, if she's already popped out a couple of snakes and missed a big target. And also the fact that it doesn't have many items and doesn't have boots. Oh, hello, Yao. And hello, Kaka. Arfu comes in from the side to try and grab S-Triple-C, but Monet solo kills KP, but it's the mid lane where Kaka has Burrow struck forward, and he's going to lose his life for it. A bit bizarre. Absolutely bizarre what's happening here.
Yeah, they can't do anything top, so they rotate Warlock, level 2 Warlock on a mid to try to get a kill, which was effective. Runes just spawned, LFY picking up 3-4 runes for LFY. This is huge. And Clockwork is doing exactly what he needs to do. He pulled almost 2 full creep waves. This is how he's gonna get the XP.
Suddenly, all of that pressure feels alleviated almost.
Yeah, and I love what Luna did. Pull the creep wave to the neutrals and is gonna keep farming them. KP should just jungle at this point.
Yeah, he's got a ward on him at every given moment. Yao is being found here. A very good TP might just... Oh, he dies in Fountain. Caustic plus Thunderstrike kills him as he TPs home.
Radiant's top tower is under
So
attack.
Monet, a much better game this time around. 30 and 26. He has been given a lane, to farm her way in, not being pressured at all really here by Newbee. Faith and Kaka though, they're aiming in, angling for mid lane. Super, he's gone for Stone Gaze at level 6, which I feel is maybe a little unusual. I've seen Medusas kind of hold on and skip it until, you know, level 8, level 9. Hell, even some Chinese players wait until like level 12 to get that Stone Gaze up and running.
I guess he just wants to have an ability if they go on him, so he can pop it and maybe get a return kill. You have a Gyrocopter who's high level, level 6.5, and he can always rotate.
Just that reset tool. Try and turn things around. Another over-aggressive play by Kaka there up at top lane. Inflame close to death, but with the Fatal Bonds and the Battery Assault, Inflame and Yao finally get something done.
Radiant's top tower is
I'm
under
starting to
attack.
feel a bit worried for Newbee. The way that they're playing this is that they're trying to carry that momentum from game number 1 into this, where they feel LFY demoralized, maybe feeling a little bit under the weather.
Fortified.
It's not working out. LFY are looking strong.
This is the situation when you play an offlane you don't want to get caught into. You're level 2 Abaddon, you can't really jungle, but you can't do pretty much anything. You need to rotate heroes on the bottom to help him get the XP.
Oh, look at SCCC. I think he knows there's someone hunting him. He's skirting, he's running around in circles, but he has been found. Arfu from the back. Now Spirit Siphon, though, with the Fairy Fire popped and the Exorcism to go. Arfu, what's he got left in the tank? Oh, he's got nothing. Death awaits him as the Death Prophet takes down the poor little Leshrac. A good attempt by Arfu. And the rotations in from Newbee make damn sure there's no additional diving there for the Death Prophet. It is an Exorcism expended as well for a single kill, but she can jungle. She's not really going to be able to pressure tower anyway.
Yeah, I mean, she did not die, and she got a kill in return and farmed the jungle. Got enough gold to buy the power treads. Smoke coming out from 3 of Newbee's heroes. They want to give some XP to Abaddon. Even Luna rotated. She has Arcane Runes, so she would want to pop that ulti and get a kill. Oh, Medusa. Are they going to wrap around?
Can they find Super? Oh, there we go. They've seen each other. The eyes meet across the room, and it is not love at first sight. Super's Medusa all the way back to lane and holding that northwestern side, knowing that there are bad people in the jungle just behind her. So Mugi has spent the past minute or so kind of running around and not accomplishing too much, keeping that CS going with a bit of jungle farming. The top lane, though, Inflame made a play in onto Kaka. Still holds onto the hook shot, and Arfu fake pumps out the split earth.
Immediate mirror reaction. Carry TPs to the bottom lane. Gyro TPs to the top lane. They want to pressure the tower. Hookshot connects.
I don't think Kaka can really do anything here. SCCC burnt down by the rocket barrage. LFY. This time around, it's like, you know, the script has been flipped around. LFY are the ones making the aggressive maneuvers. They're smoking, they're playing, putting themselves into these positions where they can find pickoffs. And Newbee are now the ones responding and reacting and kind of, you know, on the back foot trying to deal with what's happening.
They need to recover with Abaddon. He's only level 4. I wouldn't be surprised if they give Tome. Okay, so if Disruptor gets level 6 somehow before the Tome, they might give the Tome to Abaddon.
And it looks like Faith has mid lane.
Dire's top tower is under
He's been
attack.
given the space and time. So is Yao, the 2 pos 5s in the mid lane trying to get level 6. And Medusa and Leshrac coming into the bot spot to try and deal with Mugi and KP on that tower pressure. As the Gyrocopter gets some of his own up at top lane. Tier 1 down to 575 HP. Kaka wants the bounty rune, but Inflame says, that's mine. Grabs it up, but he won't expect this. Faith has made the long wraparound. Oh, it's pinged out. Warlock knows that the Leshrac is not in a good spot. With that hookshot forward, Kaka is pretty screwed. Down bottom, though, Stone Gaze. They've killed Alfu. Leshrac is down. And Super tries to sprint away, and it looks like he will succeed in saving himself. But this is a hasted SCCC. Do they have a stun? Anything to cancel? Or maybe if that vision was kept a little longer, Mugi could have got the Lucid Beam, but it wasn't to be.
Either Lucent Beam or Glimpse. Glimpse is pretty instant instead of a Lucent Beam. But they had no vision. Where's the Tome? So Disruptor bought a Tome. They want to get him to level 6 because he rotated from the mid. He's not getting the XP. Gyro is going to get the top tower as well.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Very even trade across the map. What's Inflame up to? He's got Urn, he's got Brown Boots. He's pretty tanky. 1300 HP.
Medusa stacking for herself. This one was not successful.
Inflame? Oh, hello. He's been spotted. He turns back onto Faith. The Gyro's on the high ground as well, though, and that is, I don't know, that's just destruction. Absolutely torn apart. KP will be able to reach level 6 up at top if he's given a little more time, but Monet won't give it to him, making sure that KP is forced out of lane every second he can possibly try. Oh, that hook shot, hello, sliding past the creeps in onto KP. They know he's got no ulti, but he'll go for the deny, and he gets it perfect. Now Monet and Inflame may be in trouble. They pop the Eclipse to deal with the Golem and turn back onto the Clockwork. Where's the wraparound, though? Kaka's coming in. They've got a DP chasing forward. There's no one dying. Gyro's TP'd out. Inflame might even escape from this. Kaka's Burrow Strike level 3, but the glimpse, it will eventually drag him back into the danger zone. Oh. It took them a long while there, but Newbee finally get it together. 5-man rotation to try and deal with that push.
Not sure that's word for LFY. They dropped the rock, lost the Clockwork, and they only killed no one. Abaddon did not die. He denied himself. But meanwhile, Gyrocopter is getting a lot from jungle. He's level 11, man. Oh, he's so farmed.
Level 11, 900 net worth ahead of the Luna. Medusa about 900 ahead of the DP, so you've got these core matchups doing very well, but it's that Clockwork on top of it all. Sand King Epicenter onto Yao with the Static Storm. Well, that is some serious expenditure to get a 1-for-1 trade as Kaka gives away his life for it.
They need to get the bigger kill. If they want to use Epicenter plus Disruptor ulti, you just used everything on a Warlock who does not have an ultimate. I guess they're just buying time. Abaddon needs to recover. Luna farming the jungle. Had a couple of stacks on the Ancients.
Radiant's middle tower is under
How common is this build? 3-4-1 on the Luna. You know, you talked about the 4 points in Glaives with the scaling there. That makes sense. I'm so used to seeing 2 points in the Luna Blessing, though.
Depends on the laning stage. If you have a good killing potential, then you might go for 2 points in Lunar Blessing. Also in a tri-lane, it's way better.
They've got the Clockwork dead to rights. Even with an Exorcism going, can they catch the Leshrac, though? I don't know if they can. Kaka not speedy enough. So maneuver forward while Monet makes the TP top to deal with the Abaddon push coming in and keep this tier 1 nice and healthy.
The 4 points in Glaive is 3 more bounces, but 1 point in Lucent Beam is just 75 magical damage. If you have ulti, then it's more, because it's dependent on your level of Lucent Beam. But still, Luna plans the jungle, so she wants to have those 3 extra bounces.
Got some stacks going, so it makes perfect sense with the Mask of Madness. Mugi being pinged out, high ground obs wards. Bermuda bloody triangle of obs wards, in fact, watching all over this dire jungle, and they are going to utilize this as quickly as possible. Inflame, Monet, and Yao all getting into the dire jungle. They find the Luna, the Eclipse already popped out though. Damage is being dealt back, but it looks like Mugi will fall. Gyro and Clockwork both drop to about half HP, but there's just no chance you TP and react to that kind of maneuver. 3k net worth lead for LFY. Only a kill ahead, but the way this game is going, it feels like Medusa and Gyro tanky and annoying, and Super is not dying. He will finally fall. Surely he's got to die. The glimpse back enables it all, and SCCC in the back end. Triple Spirit Siphon keeps them at bay, but the Burrow Strike in, catching Monet. There's the grab. Can they get any more damage? No, they can't. There's no Thunder Strike or anything to throw into the mix.
This is how Newbee should play. Use the Static Storm. They have nothing to save him. There was a rock, but damage was already done. Sand King used his ultimate, which means that Medusa is going to go down. She's not that tanky at this point. She has a magic wand, only 2 points in mana shield.
Inflame. Hello? 2-man hookshot, but he is all alone. You thought there was 1, but there were in fact 3. Mugi gets a bit of free time down at bottom as well. A big old wave coming his way. Arfu has been a little bit quiet the past couple of minutes. Glimmer Cape Arcanes have been picked up.
I love this
That's
offensive
what I
dipping.
like to see.
They're gonna find Medusa again, but I'm not sure they should go for that kill. All right. Instant Stone Gaze Shrine was ready.
Glimpse into Stone Gaze. Forcing it out nicely. Now, Karka, 500 gold away from Blink Dagger. That has got to be one of those pivotal items that Newbee are waiting on. Arfu's hunting back on Mugi. Is this Inflame coming in? It is. The Clockwork ready and raring to go. I think Luna might be in a little bit of trouble here. Invis Lashrak giving all of this vision. Mugi, can you juke yourself around the creeps? The hook shot and the cogs with the battery assault. Oh, there's no hook shot. It's dead for 7 seconds, and they've got the static storm onto 2. Mugi stands his ground, battles back, says, screw you, you're dead to me.
That's a great reaction. Disruptor's gonna heal him up. He's gonna keep farming, probably stuck to Ancients as well. 1652, never mind.
Oh, that little mud golem's going to block the camp as well. That's unfortunate. But they're going to go for a smoke play themselves. They have that Lunar Eclipse.
They might go for a Roche right now. Exorcism is level 2. Level 4 Curse of Avernus, but it's being pinged out. Clockwork can scout it out with a rocket.
When he's alive anyway.
Oh, Sanking placed a deep ward.
And he's still smoked up. Rocket flare floor. He flies over. I don't know if he caught vision, but Karka's there. Boros Strike, Glimpse, buy the time. Don't let them in. Block it off. Roshan nearly dead. The call down forward. KP ulti. It is forced to pop as Monet's BKB comes in, and they've taken down Faith. Arfu will be returned, but Mugi, he's killing them all. Aegis is lost, but SCCC keeps on burning through. The Spirit Siphons are going, and Mugi is not going to clips anymore, so he's going to have to do this the old-fashioned way with right clicks. The trouble is, the rest of his team's dead. Mugi's all alone, and Super there going with a ultra kill.
That's gonna be a full team wipe. That's a 6-man wipe since they had the Aegis. They did not have enough damage.
And Luna there popping the Eclipse before Aegis felt a little bit awkward. Warlock still has his ulti as well. LFY, they got there just in
Mugi did a
time.
good job. He killed 3 of them with the ulti. That's the only damage that they had, but everyone was being so low, a Baron ulti wasn't cool down there. That was a risky move, which gave Medusa, what, an ultra kill?
Yeah. I mean, Medusa now up to 9,500 net worth. Leapfrogs over the Gyro, the Luna. Mom, Dragonlance. It looks like a full Hurricane Pike, in fact, is coming out onto Super. Newbee scrambling to try and grab anyone they can. The glimpse onto Yao. He's got himself a chaotic offering if he wants to throw it in. Silent stop though, so unable to get the job done. It still feels like LFY are on the back foot, even though they're getting these, juicy team fights. The fact that Monet dies so quickly, and Super is the kind of, backup plan really here as this Medusa. Glimpse, hook shot, SCCC caught. He has the Yule Scepter to buy some time, but it's not going to be quick enough. Static Storm Kinetic Field is only going to hold them in place and do nothing more. Super's able to defend the top tier 1 and keep that alive. Not quite in deny range, so will not be able to take the gold away from his opponents just yet.
Oh, look at where Fate is.
What's he up to? Warding? Oh. Smoke from LFY. Going all the way up to top. I feel like Mugi's going to be farming in this jungle. Yeah, they scan. Oh, Dire scan. Okay, Dire know what's up. They see someone coming through. Kaka in the Sandstorm. He's got Blink Dagger. I don't know if he can get away from this, though. He's going to have a Sandstorm again. Blink away. Okay, Kaka has somehow gotten out of that.
And he placed a ward, which is going to be really valuable when they're going to siege the tier 1 tower or defend the tier 2.
Look at this again. The triple ward around this area. A huge amount of vision. I mean, we saw it in the other game from LFY, right? The kind of wards around here. Similar kind of idea. Catch that hero that's the Medusa, the Luna, whoever's farming stacks. Find them, catch them, kill them. And Newbee, though, going to group up as 5. They know that they're strongest when grouped up as a pack. Try and get this BKB on Luna as quickly as possible. But also, with Exorcism and Eclipse pretty much ready and raring to go, they've got the full arsenal of ultis and abilities. It is just a matter of time for them to shove out this lane and get the tier 2.
They need the BKBs on both Luna and Dead Prophet. I don't see any BKBs coming on the side of LFY because Gyro has one. Medusa really not the BKB carrier.
They do move in very quickly onto Faith with the golden drop. This is huge for LFY. 1-2 drop, and they're looking for more. KP's ulti's going with SCCC trying to drain their lives, but with a Hurricane Pike secures the deal, and KP will fall immediately after. 4 heroes dead again. LFY showing off the big old wombo combo with their ultis there.
Yeah, the amount of the damage, once they drop the rock with the Fatal Bonds, combine that with the Gyro's Flak Cannon and Split Shot, they just disappear. They're gonna need to play around the wards that they have. They have this little triangle, no DP ulti for the next almost 2 minutes.
I think they're just going to try and exploit that timing, right? They do have Eclipse and BKB on Luna, but the Stone Gaze from Medusa could be her undoing. They glimpse Inflame into the Static Storm. Damage-wise, though, it feels like they're a bit lacking, and the rest of LFY arrive. There's the Upheaval. They've got the Eclipse with the BKB. Sprinting forward, Mugi wants to try and pick anyone he possibly can off. The Blink Epi Burrow does catch one on the back end, so Afu and Yao will be the 2 sacrifices, but it's your 2 supports, which LFY put their hands in the air and say, okay, fair enough. We'll let you have those 2. That's your BKB, that's your Eclipse. You've bought a bit of time for Death Prophet Exorcism to come back up, but we will be ready for the next fight, don't you worry.
Yeah, once they have the Rock and Medusa ulti, feels like they can fight all the time. If Clockwork is the one who's initiating, especially on the DP, she has no BKB at this point, and Abaddon needs to be really close to actually keep her alive. Abaddon getting that Crimson Guard, which will mitigate a lot of the damage from the Split Shot and the Flak Canyon. And they're gonna take that 200 gold from the Summoned Creep, from the Helm of the Dominator.
Such a big bounty, isn't it?
Yes.
So Kaka getting into the full staff. Abaddon, you mentioned the Crimson. I just saw Blade Mail picked up by Inflame, though. That's going to be a big one. The Tome of Knowledge used by the Warlock, so he's now level 12. The 2 points up in Chaotic Offering. Makes a big difference. Doubles the health. Adds another 50 damage. More armor, more everything. Just the golems are huge. Once you level that ulti up. Another level 4 Fatal Bonds. Spooky times ahead here for Newbee. They need the pick and play. They need the smokes. They need to try and grab these targets when they're pushing out alone. And 2 heroes top, Monet and Afu. BKB popped and the run through. Kaka and SCCC get themselves the hell away.
We didn't talk about Medusa. She's getting closer to that Eye of Skadi and level 20. With 700 mana, she's gonna be really tanky.
How does Luna deal with this? Feels like a rough one for Mugi. SCCC is slowed down quite a fair amount. Sure enough, we'll have that BKB in a second.
They're gonna find Luna.
Afu's being chased down. KP's being hook-shotted. Looks like the TP from the Leshrac will succeed, while bottom lane, KP trapped inside the cogs. He'll have to pop his borrowed time here, it looks like. Indeed, a Photic Shield there. He's holding the Mistcoil, though, in case he needs to deny, but a quick TP out with cogs and battery assault down. KP's timed that one to perfection.
They need that BKB on SCCC. He just got it.
This is great, honestly. Tips on tips on tips. Monet. Aghanim Scepter, rocking and rolling. Moving into Butterfly next. I swear, these LFY heroes are just going to become unkillable at some point, and Newbee will struggle with their damage output. And my big question is, usually against these BKB carriers or these heroes that rely on some kind of saving item, you want a Nullifier carrier. You want someone with, Nullifier, Bloodthorn, some way to just catch them, ensure the kill. But I don't feel like Newbee has that hero.
They don't. It's going to be really hard for them to fight into Medusa, because she's going to have a buyback as this game progresses, pretty much always. Just keep the buyback. It's going to be hard to see. They don't have too many gap closers. They have a Sanking and they have Disruptor Glimpse, but they need to clear the rest of the team before they can pop the Glimpse on her.
A little risky here then from Newbee. Grouping up as 5 and pressuring tier 1. LFY though ready with everything they've got. Now they move in and Mugi, well, he's dead before the fight even begins. The upheaval has slowed KP. The glimpse back on Inflame will buy some time. Secret Lab cannot save you from this, KP. No matter how hard you try. And I think the way this game is going, Newbee might just tap out.
Not yet, though, but it's not looking really good for them. This Luna was trying to bait. You have a Bat and you have a BKB, Hurricane Pike, but Clockwork just locked him down. Hookshot into power cogs, nothing you can do about it. And Warlock did a good job just zoning them out with the upheaval.
They've still got Chaotic Offering level 2. They've still got Stone Gaze and Call Down. High ground they go. LFY looking to tie this one up at 1-1. 8,000 gold ahead, and Newbee lacking the answers, lacking the responses to this kind of aggression with the tanky Monet Gyro and the unkillable Super Medusa. Up on the front lines, taking down tier 3 and looking for racks. Epicenter channeled up here and he's going to try and jump in with a glimpse there. They'll catch the Medusa. The damage is coming through, but the rock is dropped and this looks dangerous for Newbee. Fatal Bonds are bouncing around. The damage is being soaked up though. There's KP charging forward. They'll kill off the Golem and look for more, but they don't have a glimpse anymore. Faith is coming off cooldown in a second, and he yules up onto Clockwork, does try and grab them a target. Now the Medusa being focused down. Mugi has a big amount of damage flowing through, and they'll kill off too. No, Monet! The BKB's gone! Newbee hold the high ground. They won't lose SCCC. The full staff away. The chase onto that big target in the back. That's 4 gone as Newbee defend their high ground. Just as I was thinking that LFY had this one potentially in the bag with their tanky heroes, Newbee pull out some big plays.
Newbee tried to focus Medusa, but she pikes away from that Disruptor ulti, but then they use a glimpse one more time on her. They were doing such a good job kiting around. They had BKB popped on a Gyro early on, and they knew that they could take a fight. They're really tanky, especially if a Baron pops that Crimson Guard and position himself well in the team fights.
That Crimson really was so good. You know, you talked about it earlier. You called it out, the split shot, the flat cannon. And I didn't quite register how good it was going to be. I was like, it's going to be okay. Yeah, it'll be pretty nice. But that was monumental.
And the Rose just spawned.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, Newbee. Everything is falling into place for them.
They have slowest deer in the pack aura on Alpha Wolf.
They're trying to block the hook shot as well. Faith and the Wolf both blocking the line of attack. And there's Inflame jumping forward, but he's going to get picked off, it looks like. Glimmer Cape from the Leshrac. Full staff up onto the high ground as well. Inflame being healed with a call down landing. SCCC deep in the Inflame Blade Mail. Not doing too much though as KP runs forward. Tries to get out, but Kaka will give his life for the cause. Bowden goes for the TP. Is there a stun? Oh, that homing missile. Very close. But that's going to be Aegis for Luna. Cheese for DP. And a chance for Newbee.
Luna can disassemble Mask of Madness and have full butterfly after she farms one more creep camp. I think Abaddon should get Blade Mail. A lot of uncontrollable damage on side of LFY.
Especially if he gets it off just before he pops his ulti. Get all of that damage thrown in.
Yeah, good job. He just queued up.
He knows. He knows what's up. Picks up a Centaur with his little helm as well. Smoke ready here from Faith. They're grouping up together, looking for that attack into the jungle. Bounty rune's already grabbed, though, by Monet. And the regen rune spawns down at the bottom spot as well. Faith doesn't have any obs wards on him. I don't know if that's a little fakey there as he moves forward and pretends to place a ward. But they're definitely going for a smoke here. Just grouping up, making sure that they clear out any kind of obs from the Radiant side.
So double MKB finished at the same time, both Medusa and Gyro. So they have no buybacks.
But it does deal with the Luna's Butterfly.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Yes, they also have a Solar Crest.
Well, if they catch Super here, they've got the Medusa. Can they finish her off though? Where's the Static Storm? Where are the ultis? Mugi's caught inside the cogs, turns around and clears up Inflame. Immediate dispatch. Mugi's BKB is going to work as well, but Faith, he's being so passive. He's holding on to this. He catches Super in the Static Storm as KP chases Mugi. chases Monet and takes him out of the game. Stonegaze finally arrives, but this is Super left alone, standing 1v3. The upheaval slow is great, but SCCC, Super, the cheese! He didn't plan it, he didn't think about it, and SCCC, oh Newbee, what have you done? This game has been turned on its head.
Every time they initiate on the BKB carrier, on the gyro, forcing him to get out of position, and this Abaddon is doing so much work, keeping them alive with the Crimson Guard, with his spells, and also with the Blade Mail, dealing a ton of the damage. Let me just check. Let's check the graph, Gary.
I mean, honestly, how smart is that play? How smart is that play to ward up,
Yes.
to blink stun the Medusa?
Yeah.
So the Medusa's screaming, guys, they've gone on me, help me, please someone help me. And everyone kind of converges on the Medusa, and then Gyro is left, you know, stranded, all alone. BKBing and just being right-clicked down by the Luna, and all of a sudden, your base is open.
This is going to be 2 sets of Raxes. I was talking about how Medusa should keep the buyback, but she fully committed to a Monkey King bar. Same goes for Gyro, which means that they don't have the buyback. Once the tier 3 falls, the bouncers are just going to keep doing what they know, keep bouncing, and these Raxes are going to go down.
2 lanes gone.
Oh, 2 sets of Raxes. They still have Aegis on Luna.
Hookshot in Flame wants to fight, but he's turned around on and blown up. Top lane, the racks are falling, it's arranged and the glyph is there, and Newbee, they need to TP back and defend. It looks like Faith will be the one to get the job done. They don't care about the range, but as long as they keep the melee up, this should all be fine. Oh boy. This game, that one high ground push, the one moment where the double MKBs come out and they decide to not have buyback.
And suddenly they're in such a bad position.
It's completely swung. It's gone from like 8,000 to, I guess, close to 6 or 7,000. It's a 13k net worth swing. 14 even. Mugi finds an illusion rune. And is that a full satanic coming?
Yes.
Where's the...
Yeah. The Luna is not going to die. They should just try to push the top wave and go for the last set of racks as well. They still have the Aegis.
How long? 20 seconds.
Ah, way too low.
This is a real head scratcher. LFY, you've been done in by a couple of smokes. Gyrocopter is eyeing up a satanic of his own. Medusa, where are we sitting at now? Rapier queued up, and it feels like that's what Super needs in this game. Newbee, though, another smoke, 3 in a row. The Aegis is gone, but with Gyro already dead, there's no chance. 80 seconds with no Gyro.
He has no buyback again.
Newbee just smoke after smoke after smoke, 3 in a row, get them back into the game. And this looks... I was saying how it looks over for Newbee up at top lane not 10 minutes ago.
Oh, Gary, little do you know.
I am your sweet summer child. Jon Snow, I know nothing. Everything under the sun. I mean, that is some crazy stuff. Newbee have swung this one from the brink of destruction to suddenly being king of the world. Upheaval will slow them down, but it's not going to stop this push. They'll clear this creep wave. But with 3 lanes potentially moving in towards your tier 3s, they've done a good job pushing bottom lane out, but Kaka is here to deal with it. LFY bunkered back in their base with nowhere to go, and Newbee thinking about the next Roshan, surely.
They're going to need to go all in. Medusa needs to buy that rapier. They're going to need to hold for the next 3 to 5 minutes until she can farm it. And get to level 25 to get that split shot uses modifiers.
Very important for them.
Disruptor has full Aghanim Scepter.
Wow.
This is one of the best Aghanim Scepter upgrades you can get. Also, Eon Disc purchased on a Sanking, so he's not going to die. They have nothing to dispel it with.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. So that Aghanim Scepter on a Gyro. I mean, hell, even on a Medusa to stop the Hurricane Pike, the Mask of Madness, whatever it may be. But you've got to think about the BKB of Monet as the big target there for Faith to try and grab. I'm just thinking back to this fight around this area as well. Watching the way that Faith moved. You know, they got the stun in, they found the Deucer, and Faith is kind of just, you know, moving around here, waiting, not casting any, just hiding, literally not casting spells until he has the moment where he's like, right, my team is focusing Gyro, I'm going to stop the Medusa from doing anything. He just has that sense of patience, of understanding. But really, it really is next level.
Yeah, we need a new chat wheel. Patience.
Patience from Faith.
Yes.
He's a clever man. What about this Gyro? Aiming for Satanic, but do you think a Rapier for him is on the cards?
I don't think you need 2 Rapiers. He still deals a ton of the damage with the Flak Canyon, with the Monkey King bar and the Side Gunner. He just needs to be that tanky frontliner. Medusa, 600 gold away from a Rapier.
Roshan 2 minutes away. Newbee just trying to take as much map control as they can. Inflame has pushed this wave all the way out to the river. It does get the cogs and the retreat, but the glimpse back into the waiting arms of SCCC. Glimmer Cape will buy a little bit of time, and with the dust there, it looks like Inflame has run out of that time. Does have buyback though. Top lane push should be coming here from Newbee. They're in no rush though, are they? They can wait this one out. 200 gold until Rapier. Literally counting down the seconds here for the Medusa.
Where is Radiant's courier? Oh, there it is.
I found, yeah. It's going the long way.
I love what SCCC is doing. He was lurking around the secret shop, just trying to maybe kill the courier. They can see that Medusa has that sacred relic. Oh, if this dies, they're just gonna go all in.
What? Oh, careful. Oh, through the trees. Oh, don't drop the demon edge. It's very important. Gotta get it back home. I think it's fine. No one's going to be able to catch it at this point, and it makes its way all the way to the Radiant base. Wonderful and safe.
If LFY decides to take a Roche fight, they can easily just keep scouting it with the rocket. That's a good place for them to fight. Look at their heroes. Stone Gaze, Gyrocopter ulti, Warlock ulti. With the one good upheaval, he can just zone them out.
If Newbee ever let them get to the Roshan pit. They keep holding this high ground ramp here, and they're signaling to go and clear out these jungle camps, get the bounty runes in about a minute, and keep that efficiency going as their net worth lead now up to 15,000. That has spiraled out of control absolutely ridiculously. From an 8k lead or 7k lead all the way down to 15,000 deficit for LFY. And Experience telling a very similar story. Sand King lurking around in the shadows there, pinged out by LFY, but they do not want to get involved in a skirmish with no vision and with no knowledge of where the rest of Newbee are.
I love what Mugi did. 6th item on Luna, Heaven's Halberd.
Oh, he didn't go Skadi?
No, he just wants to stop Medusa from attacking. She does not have a Lincoln Sphere, nor a BKB.
Yeah.
So this Heaven's Halberd is gonna be effective 100%.
That's really, really nice. That's a game-ending item. That's what we want to end right now. And Karka's blinking. Oh, Force Staff out of the Static Storm, but he's glimpsed back in. Now where's the damage? In comes SCCC, and even with that Glimmer Cape, he's forced to BKB. A good Warlock ulti down onto 3, but the DP has to retreat. And now the call down lands on forward with the damage. The Satanic Mugi stays alive, needs to keep on life stealing. Oh my god, has Mugi survived through this? Afu tries to turn and burn. Then now the Satanic comes into play. Super has to move forward, get the damage dealt. They've killed off 2. A buyback from KP, but the Eclipse, Hurricane Pike back, Super's still alive! No way, LFY! With the ultis, they've done it! Killed off 4, and only La Luna has buyback at this moment of time. SCCC is trying to run away, the DP Ghost still chasing back, but Roshan is alive.
They did not have the vision on Medusa at one point to use the Heaven's Halberd on. And she's so tanky, she just hit level 25, so it means that everyone is gonna be slowed by the out of Skadi, and combine that with the upheaval, these heroes are not gonna move.
Aegis cheese and refresher shard. This is a swings and roundabouts game if I've ever seen one. Back one way, return the other. What a ridiculous fight. LFY bringing it all out. I did dump every single ulti in there. Warlock, a minute and a half until that golem returns. But they've still got hookshot, call down, stone gaze in 10 seconds. And of course, the nice little treasure trove from Roshan. Try and get some map control here.
Oh, this was a great item on Luna, the Heaven's Halberd, but they could not finish the game, so she's gonna lack one more item right now.
Yeah.
She has an extra slot, and you don't want to be stuck with Heaven's Halberd as your 6th item.
It's like, yes, it's like, you know, when a Tiny buys a Mask of Madness because he's losing, it's like, right, the game's kind of ending soon. I need something right here, right now. Similar kind of logic there that Moogie thought they had enough, had what it took, and that item would just tip the scale and say game over.
And another one. Heaven's Halberd on that Prophet as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So on range heroes, it lasts for 5 seconds. What's the cooldown? 18 seconds. So you can just use it twice. 10-second disable on Medusa.
Whew. Medusa with a DD. I don't think she can get anywhere near the Dire base, though, unfortunately for her. Top lane all the way. Kaka trying to shove this one out. I mean, there's deep behind enemy lines, and then there's what Kaka's doing right now. Cutting waves all the way back near the Radiant base. What's coming up next? I guess travels for Medusa? Maybe the Gyro thinks about it. Oh, Gyro's going Nullifier.
That's a great way to deal with Luna's BKB and especially Satanic.
Yeah, pop that double BKB, double Satanic. And now Newbee are the ones that are dazed and confused, afraid of what's coming around the corner. LFY, their turn to smoke. Arfu shoving out that mid wave. Kaka still poking and prodding top. It is the last lane of racks here for the Radiant. But I think LFY, they've got their minds set on ending this game with this third Roshan. How do you breach high ground here? You need vision, you need a rocket flare up. The smoke popped. And Shiver's Guard from SCCC very quickly tries to deter this Radiant squad. Homing missile split earth, but not really a target. They want to go diving. Moogie's Luna.
They need to react to this. Sanking is dealing a ton of the damage to the tier 3 tower.
If they can catch here as well, I mean, LFY need to start TPing out. They know there's no glimpse, but they've got no vision. Silence, but no Yules. The Glimmer Cape is there, and the TPs start to come through. Good cogs from Inflame, and keeps Newbee at bay. I do manage to catch onto one. Burrow strike into that glimpse, and they reclaim the gem, but tier 3 top lane, like you were saying, down to 400 health.
They use the glyph as well. This game could last for another 20-25 minutes, Gary, so be prepared. Stand up, stretch your legs.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Getting ready for the long one here, Lacoste. I'm just wondering now about this top lane. Like, can Newbee group... right, buyback tab. This is what we need. Abaddon, no for 3 minutes. Lesh, Warlock, and Disruptor, missing about 300 gold each. Can Newbee go and 5-man smoke top lane, get mega creeps, and feel comfortable defending? Or is it going to be too risky expending buybacks? Like, okay, does mega creeps matter to LFY that much?
No.
No. So it's not worth it then?
No, they have Medusa and Gyro. Both of the heroes can shout out the waves quickly, so it does not matter. Abaddon, level 24. He needs a little bit more time to get to level 25. Full Hex finished on him. Maybe a good item choice would have been Aghanim Scepter for Abaddon this game, just to mitigate the damage.
Oh, hello. Gyro with a Static Storm. Chaotic Offering is onto 3, but Monet is in a lot of trouble. Burrow struck and still not able to use that BKB. With the buyback available, but they drag back Super. Hexed up, caught in the connect field. Oh, Medusa's dying. In comes SCC with all the damage in the world. Aegis is popped, and Inflame trying to hold them back with Cogs and that big old hook shot, but it's not going to work. Medusa has to stand her ground and fight. The gyro comes in. One last stand. Super's going to get out of there. Arfu chases forward, chases back, but Medusa's disarmed, like you're pointing out. Can't do damage and cannot do a damn thing. The dying move there at the Warlock is to drop another golem, but that is gyro dead for 2 minutes. Warlock has a buyback, but no ulti, and Newbee, they've got this disruptor ready to come back into the fight if they desperately need. It looks like they'll back themselves away. Regen up, they've got the advantage. They won that team fight through buybacks alone. And next, Roshan. 2 minutes 20 until the fast spawn, but I think this game might just be on the edge of tipping over.
Yeah, that was a dieback from a gyro. He even used the cheese, has a refresher shard. They did a good job just locking him down with Sanking Stun and Static Storm on top of that. With the Aghanim Scepter, he could not use any of his items. And Superman, he went down so quickly. Exorcism grants haste, level 25. He can position himself really well, and he's not dying in the team fights. He's gonna have Octarine Core, so this is gonna be a tough nut to crack, actually. He just needs to get the buyback gold as well.
A hard cookie to crumble.
Yes. Those two haven't halberds. They used it at the same time, but it was still effective. And also they have a Hex. Medusa needs to buy a BKB. Okay, she just bought one.
Mugi brings out 2 mangoes, has a bottle now to pick up a... Wait, did Mugi buy this bottle? This is Mugi's bottle. Buys a bottle to grab the double damage rune, and they are going in on the top lane. They know that Gyro is dead for 30 seconds.
And they know the glyph is down.
Absolutely. And tier 3 is already ripped apart by that Sand King push a couple of minutes ago. In comes Mugi. Says hello. Double damage ready to go, but careful of the blade mail from Inflame. That's what Mugi's waiting for. Now he knows it's down. Could potentially... Oh, he's holding on for the actual team fight, it looks like. Moves in towards the racks.
Yeah, Hevel's gonna last for 3 more seconds. This bounces.
There's the double damage. Super. You gotta be careful, buddy. The BKB from Luna is popped, and that Satanic to keep herself alive. Mega Creeps will be about to arrive, but Luna's dead for 100 seconds, and the ranged Rax still stands on 60 HP.
Can someone kill that? Sanking, what are you doing?
That's 2 hits away from death. Anyone? Anyone? Kaka? Hello. I don't think he's gonna be allowed. Oh, Monet? He's so afraid of the Sand King. He sees a glimpse of Kaka and he's like, Burst Strike. I've got a BKB. I have to BKB or else I'm in trouble.
When's the next Roche? May respawn in 10 seconds. So that's another refresher shard. 1 still on the gyro, which means 2 Black Ink bars and 2 Satanics. Roche.
1 minute 20.
Yeah.
Hook shot. Hello, Kaka. I'm not sure what Inflame's up to, but he's definitely playing that frontman role very well, pretending there's people behind him. In fact, LFY shoving down this middle lane. Kaka trying to cut the wave and get it towards this ranged Rax. LFY closing in on an all-in situation at this point. They're moving 4 heroes middle. They've got their ultis ready to go. Middle lane Rax glyphed up, and Luna dead for 20. She doesn't want to buy back. So it might just be Newbee dropping these buildings and letting LFY into their base. Seems reasonable for now, but we'll see how it progresses as this Super Medusa, still with the Rapier up and running, will retreat back as LFY glimpsed in. Static Storm, Super has been found, but can he be killed? That's the big question. SCC sucking him off, and there's Super glimmer caped up and sprinting away with a BKB of his own. A hook shot forward. Nice. Eon disc popped. Kaka stays alive. He can get another burst strike in, but he's stone gazed up. He can't get the stun forward. He's going to Sandstorm. Barely survives, and now he gets himself out of the cogs and out of the upheaval. But KP, oh, the golem dies right on time. Looks like Super has killed off SCC elsewhere in the backlines of the fight, so they glimpse back in Flame and take him out of the game. 80 seconds with buyback available, but hey, Roshan's alive. This is important. Newbee, you got to scout this one out. Inflame buys back. He knows this is do or die. The top lane ranged Rax still alive. This game, where's it going?
Sanking was in their base trying to kill the range rack, but there was a glyph, not a glyph, sorry, the backdoor protection, so he was just being there. What Newbee lacked in this fight was vision. They did not have a reveal for the Glimmer Cape.
And it's funny because there are gems all over the floor of this map, honestly. I'm seeing a couple lying around, probably picked up by now. The Warlock's holding on to one. There's still something in the back of the heads of LFY is the bottom lane and mid lane. They need to be addressed. They need to be shoved out. Roshan being pinged here by Faith. And they know it is a potential. Inflame's trying to scout it out as well. Rocket Flare. You will see that Roshan is alive. A Radiant Scan doesn't catch on to anyone there. They've got Inflame though. Clockwork. This could be a dieback. If he drops here, this is very important, but the two-man hook shot into the cooldown, split out as well. KP, oh, the ulti's there with the BKB from SCCC. They keep themselves alive on the high ground, very important. But that upheaval could be their undoing. Kaka blink in. No burrow though, as Arfu finally gets stunned up, but KP's dying. Super is doing so much damage. Moogie can't lifesteal. Down goes the Luna. Disruptor about and gone, and SCCC. Right, you get the disarm onto this Medusa, but what else can you do? Can you damage her down? Can you finish off this Super Medusa? I don't think you can. Yule's up into the air, but Monet arrives, and SCCC has to sprint away from danger. Nothing left to give, except a Burrow Strike from Kaka to secure that kill on Inflame. In the meantime, though, they've lost themselves every single barracks. Finally, the tier 4s are down, and Moogie is in on the throne. He's got a Satanic, but he's going to be taken out. He's boned. 2 minutes dead with no Luna.
Oh man, that's not the play to go for.
What?
There's double damage that just spawned.
Oh my god.
What's the buyback status?
Of who? No one has buyback except Disruptor and Medusa.
7 minutes on a Luna.
She bought back and TP'd in. Boots have traveled to try and end the game.
They're just gonna go mid and finish the game. 2 boots of travel. Oh, they might go for a play. DP ulti 40 seconds on cooldown, so they should be careful. Does Abaddon have a creep in their base?
I can't see it. I've been looking. I can't see a creep.
They could go for Helm of the Dominator play. 30 seconds until DP ulti. Oh, Arfu.
No reveal. Oh, Lashrak, where are you? He's run off to the northeast. SCCC just wants to go in on the racks. Who's going to win this? SCCC has ulti in 10. He's got to pop it straight off cooldown. Get that haste going. Get in onto the base. A TP back from Lashrak to try and defend. In on the dire side, though, Monet with this...
They're TPing back.
Warlock TPing back now. SCCC not going to expect this. They move in with a BKB on SCCC. There's the disarm, though, with a Warlock ulti dropped on top of her head. It's got to be a retreat now from the DP, surely. Surely going to run away from this. With their haste, it looks like just enough movement speed to get out of danger. And Roshan, interestingly enough, is still alive through all of this.
I can't take this, Gary.
I can't sit down, mate. I can see you're standing up as well. I can't. The blood's flowing at this point, I'll tell you now. The blood is flowing.
Yeah, the cooldown reduction with Octarine Core. They're drawing the mid again. They know the DP ulti is on cooldown, but they should still try the split push. Do they have any big items? Do we have another Rapier? 7,000 gold on Medusa.
Backup Rapier time. Yao has no chaotic offering. But they've got the hook shot, the stone gaze, the Rapier still in hand. Super has Boots of Travel level 2 to get in on top of LFY. But Newbee has everyone alive. They've got Moogie splitting out, running down this top lane to try and shove the wave and deal with Super's Medusa. Do they have any smoke? Like, smoke's honestly the most valuable item in this game at this point, I feel. But I don't know if anyone's got any left. Moogie's TP'd bottom. And Monet is sprinting towards him, interestingly. Kaka, jump in, Yule's up. Is there a BKB? Pop it. Monet holds it, now stunned, but they turn back. Eon Disc is there from Kaka, but the glimpse, gonna get cancelled out by the BKB, held in place. In the meantime, where is Super? Super is miles away. Hookshot maybe buys enough time here. The BKB is worn out from the Luna, and SCCC dealing with Alfu's Lashrak, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. In the left-hand side, Super is trying to get into this fight, and he'll finally arrive, taking down the Luna. Dead for 100 seconds. SCCC is sprinting away with a BKB. Stagstorm is good though, catching Monet, but it didn't have any follow-through.
SCCC tipping to a side.
Oh, he's gone up top lane. Lacoste, is he going to go and try for it? Do they? Oh, have they got TPs? They've got one in base. They've got Inflame. That's fine. He's enough.
Luna, no buyback, 4 minutes. There's still a 4th Roche, but they can't afford to go for it. These Mega Creeps are actually making a problem for LFY. Even though they have a Medusa, they have a Gyro with the Flak Cannon, they still can't push out the waves. Meanwhile, while they're fighting, the lanes push to their side of the map.
They've got bottom lane out. They've got top lane out. LFY. Wait, did Medusa buy something? What? It must be on the courier. No?
There's something flying. No.
Did she? Oh, it must be Boots that travels to. No, Moonshard.
No, she bought Moonshard before. Let me
Oh.
see if someone else has a Moonshard. Nope. Probably Boots of Travel level 2.
Yeah, I feel like it must be. A Golem in the back. SCCC is caught by it. Not really doing too much, though, against the Death Prophet, but they're focusing buildings. They're looking for the tier 4s and the throne. The glyph is forced. A Golem will fall eventually, but they've lost their Disruptor and forced to buy back. Now there's 4 alive from Newbee, and they've got the Luna up in 10 seconds' time. Can they buy that time for her, though? They're moving in with KP. They've got the Static Storm in onto Medusa. Super has been caught. The Glimmer Game is there with the epicenter forward. They're trying to take the Medusa down, but she's so tanky. Where's
No
the
mana.
damage? Where's the damage? Luna's alive now, but she's not fast enough. Sand King is gone for a minute and a half. Now the disarm with the damage. Lucent Beam kills Medusa. They've taken her out, but she buys back. Mugi has to stand her ground. They've got the Rapier on the deck, but LFY, they're still fighting. TP back in. Super wants to try and get this one done.
Satanic.
They'll take down the Luna. They'll bring this game into their grasp, and it ends. Newbee held on for so bloody long, but LFY show them what for, and we're going to game number 3.
They did not have the response for this Medusa. Those Heaven Halberds were doing a good job, but she popped the BKBs prematurely, so they could not use it on her.
What a tight game. What a tight game. Back and forth, LFY had it, they lost it, they found it, retrieved it, lost it again, and in the end, they prove victorious as Newbee. That one. Blood pressure tablets required for everyone watching, everyone playing, the bloody admins. Whew, baby.
We might come back to that point where Luna used the buyback and try to finish the game from there. Which kind of forced him not to go for the Roche. And she was dead for around 2 minutes.
One big tipping point. Graph.
Yeah, the graph doesn't mean anything.
No, it's like up, down, and up, down, and up. You know, that's what we say. It's a roller coaster. Swings and roundabouts, mate. Up and down, all about. Left foot in, left foot out.
Maybe if they went for Helm of the Dominator play, just take one creep, TP back with the, let's say, full exorcism, stop the TPs with the Sanking and the glimpses. Maybe that could have worked.
Medusa ends the game 3rd net worth because of the buyback and the Rapier drop. Goes from 40k down to 32. Goodness gracious me. Righty-ho, guys. Game number 3. Would you believe it? Our first series that goes to 3, of course, is the last one to bring it all together. We'll take a short break here. I mean, I'm standing up. I can't sit down. He's individually swinging around. We don't know what's going on, but we'll take a short break. Game 3 coming up. Newbee against LFY. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Don't bloody go anywhere. Deary me.
Are you ready?